What's up everybody, you're very welcome along to our Crystal Palace preview. The Reds' first home game back since the Premier League resumed. A little bit of news to start off with tonight. On this day in 2015, the Reds signed my favourite Liverpool player, Bobby Firmino, from Hoffenheim. And the rest, as they say, my friends, is history. What a signing Bobby Firmino has been. So I thought it was only right that we took a second to give Bobby a mention before we kicked off tonight's preview. I hope that you're all well. Hello Joe, I can see you in on Hot Mic, mate. Lovely to see you in. Hello to everyone that's joining us on YouTube as well. Look, it is a very early start for us here on Anfield Agenda, my friends. Usually, we don't start our stream till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But we are going to be covering the West Ham Spurs game later on. So I said I'd come on early, get the preview done, and then we can hopefully sit back and relax and enjoy that game later on tonight. Hello to everyone that's starting to fill up now in the chat. I know it's early, I know, but thank you guys for taking the time to come with me. Look, let's start off tonight with Jurgen Klopp. He's had his pre-match press conference today ahead of the game against Palace tomorrow, and here are a few of the highlights of what he had to say today. So firstly, let's start off with a little bit of bad news. James Milner and Joel Matip have been unfortunately ruled out of that game tomorrow with injuries. Probably not much of a shock to everybody. We did think that they were both going to miss the game. But look, there are some good news or some good points to follow. Andy Robertson and Mohamed Salah have recovered from their injuries and will be available for selection for Jurgen Klopp in that massive game tomorrow. What we know is a win tomorrow can push us towards that Premier League title, of course, but we could technically win it on Thursday if if Chelsea can take some points off Manchester City. We will, of course, be covering that game on the channel as well. But I haven't held out much hope for Arsenal, obviously, to get something from them. I didn't hold out much hope for Burnley to get anything from them, and that didn't come into fruition. But I do have some hope that maybe Chelsea, who have something to play for, could get something at home at the Bridge against Manchester City on Thursday. It would be a bit anticlimactic for Liverpool to win the league not being on the pitch, but however it happens, we'll take it, my friends. So look, we need to do our business tomorrow night first, and that is, of course, going and beating Crystal Palace at Anfield. Again, Milner and Matip out, but Robertson and Salah are available for the game. Thank you to Joanne for the super sticker, by the way, as well. And thank you, Liam Belson. Vinny over at Hot Mic said he thinks Chelsea have a good chance of getting a result in that one, and I'm with you, Vinny. I think they do as well. Some more news from the press conference today. Jurgen Klopp actually had to be pulled up a little bit by the Liverpool press officer because of some bad language that he used. And you know me, folks, I'm all for some bad language, but let me give you a bit of a flavour of what it was that Jurgen Klopp said. He said, "You can make something bad of this, what I said, or you make a big headline, City cannot catch us, or whatever. That's complete bollocks." I fucking love Kloppo. I absolutely love him. He was talking, of course, about a potential question that was put to him about could City catch them, stuff like that. But Klopp's response, just so Jurgen Klopp, wasn't it? It's why we all love him. I don't know why he had to be pulled up by the press officer. I suppose that's technically his job to do, but nothing wrong with saying bollocks every now and again. We all love to throw it in there. And the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, was also talking about the fact that he thinks there will still be somewhat of a home advantage for the Reds, albeit the game is being played behind closed doors, so that's good to see as well. He said, "It's still a home game. We know where things are. It feels already good when you walk out into our dressing room. We want to see it as a home game on the pitch as well." And look, there is no doubt that without having a packed Anfield, it is going to be a little bit different. The players will have to get used to it. They did, of course, have that friendly against Blackburn Rovers that they played and won by 6-0, but this will be their first competitive game at Anfield without any crowd in there, and it will take a bit of getting used to. I expect better than we played against Everton in the Merseyside derby on Sunday, if I'm being honest about it, and I'm sure you guys do as well. And nothing but 3 points really will do us, because like all of you, I want Liverpool to not only win the title, but I want us to go on and really challenge Manchester City for that 100 points that they've stuck up. We still have a chance to beat that, so I hope that we go on and do it. And of course, if Chelsea can't get anything from Manchester City on Thursday, then it all comes down to July the 2nd. The Reds will travel, I say, to the Etihad, but that kind of leads me on to the next point that I wanted to talk about. It hasn't yet been confirmed that that game will take place in Manchester at the Etihad. We'll have to wait and see. Klopp hopes that it does. I sincerely hope that it does. But there's been no confirmation of that as of yet. But like the Merseyside derby, I hope common sense does prevail, because nobody showed up in and around the stadium. Fair play to Everton and Liverpool fans for doing as they were asked to do. They didn't congregate around the stadium, and it all went off without a hitch. So I hope that the same happens at the Etihad for the Reds. potential crowning as Premier League champions there against Manchester City on July the 2nd. A game, of course, again, that we'll be covering on the channel, my friends. What have we got? Chelsea and Manchester City will be a good game, said Joe over on Hot Mic. It will, Joe. It's going to be a very interesting game, and certainly more of a tough challenge than Arsenal and Burnley put up. I mean, Burnley had their asses handed to them 5-0 last night. Obviously, after this game against Crystal Palace, Liverpool have an 8-day break because we aren't involved in the FA Cup, so the next game after the Palace game for Jurgen Klopp's men will be that game. Right, but I wanted to go through my predicted 11, my starting 11 for this game tomorrow, and my score prediction as well. So here's the 11 that I think that Jurgen Klopp will go with. This is going to be very difficult to predict, and I'm going to go through my explanations in a second. But are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Right, so here's the 11 that I think Jurgen Klopp will go with tomorrow. Obviously, Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Joe Gomez to come in to partner Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson hopefully comes back in at left back. We've not really got many options there, so he probably will play. He would have played anyway, but I'm just talking about the fact he's coming back from that break. And then in midfield, I've gone for Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and I have gone for Gini Wijnaldum, I think was my... No, I've gone for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, excuse me, sorry. I've gone for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho and Jordan Henderson. I know a lot of people are going to want me to say Naby Keita, but I hope you know why I haven't said Naby Keita for this particular game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, some news has been breaking on social media over the past 24 hours or so, and I don't know if he's going to be in the right headspace for the game. I'm not going to go into it in any more detail other than to say I would go with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for this game. Because I'm not sure whether Naby Keita will be in the right headspace or not. But that's the midfield that I've gone for anyway. Fabinho, Henderson and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And then up front, I've gone for the front three. Salah's back, so Salah, Firmino and Sadio Mane. That's the 11 that I hope takes to the pitch. I've gone for a 3-1 win as well for the Reds. I didn't want to give Crystal Palace a goal, but I just have a feeling we're going to be a bit more gung-ho in our approach in this game. We're going to be a bit more attacking, and we're going to take a few more chances, and maybe that'll leave us a little bit exposed and Palace could pinch one on the break. But so I've gone for a 3-1 win for the Reds. That's my 11. I'd love to know what you guys think. Henry Kruger over in Hot Mike's giving us a Firmino with a big heart. He is brilliant, and as I said, today is the day that Bobby Firmino was signed 5 years ago from Hoffenheim. Right, what else have we got? Did we get knocked out of the FA Cup? Yes, Liam. We got beaten by Chelsea, mate. A very good Chelsea performance as well, so fair play to them. What's the latest transfer info? I'll get on to that in a second, mate. This is our Everton preview, though, so let me just go through this one. Let me know what you guys think. Messi, Ronaldo's gone. Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Trent, Fabinho, Hendo, Gini, and then the best front three in the world. I did struggle between Gini Wijnaldum and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for this one, but because we're at home and because I think we're going to want to go really on the front foot, I've gone with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. But as always, I can absolutely understand why anybody would put Gini in there as well. That third midfield position is always the tricky one for me to fill. Do you think we looked flat at Goodison, said Vinny? Yes, mate, it was not a great performance. We had more of the ball, but we really struggled to do anything with it. Some credit, of course, has to be given to Everton for stifling us, but not having that natural width on the left-hand side with Andy Robertson, it did make a big difference. Obviously, Milner started there and then Gomez came in later on, but neither of them are naturally left-footed, so they tend to turn inside onto the right foot, and that then, just takes away the option of putting in an early whipped-in cross with your left foot, which you get from Andy Robertson, we get from Trent on the right-hand side. And funnily enough, the best chance of the game fell to Everton, and they could have pinched it, but it was a great save by Ali, and then a really good last-ditch tackle by Joe Gomez to turn the ball onto the post. So, yeah, we did look flat, mate. I expect us to be a lot better tomorrow night. And look, it was a derby. Sometimes these are big, dull, boring affairs, and it pretty much turned out to be the case this time, but it is what it is. Ella over on YouTube, how are you, buddy? Said, hey Craig, back to normal on Thursday, duty reopening on Monday. Nice, good to get back to some level of normality. Reese has gone for a 3-1 win. Van Dijk, Mohamed Salah and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to score. Do you remember David Hodgson? Nope, never heard of him, mate, sorry. What else have we got? If you want to know more about the Naby Keita situation, there's Google. Yes, anybody who is asking me about that, I'm not touching this situation with a 10-foot barge pole, but feel free to Google it yourself and have a read of it. I'm not going near it because it's far too sensitive a subject. I'm not intelligent enough to talk about it in a well educated manner. So I'm leaving it to other people to talk about. But yeah, that's why I've gone for that 11. I'll run through it one more time. Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson at left back. Midfield trio for me, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And then up front, Mo hopefully comes back into the starting 11. So I've gone for Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane. Boom. Matt Douglas wants the youngsters to play. Mate, I love hearing that you have faith in the youngsters, and I want them to get some minutes as well. But most importantly, I want us to get this job done. I want us to get the 3 points in the bag. If we're a couple of goals up, by all means, bring on Harvey Elliott, bring on Curtis Jones, bring on Neco Williams if you want to give Trent a rest. But again, it's important to remember that we have an 8-day break after this game before we take on Manchester City at the Etihad, because we're not in the FA Cup anymore. Right, let me get back to my news. 1 second, there we go. Right, there are some transfer bits and pieces, because I know you guys love a bit of transfer gossip as well. But again, if you've any thoughts on predictions, starting 11s or anything like that for the game tomorrow, please do put it into the chat and I'll do my best to get to it. So reports in Brazil suggest that Liverpool are interested in Sao Paulo midfielder Igor Gomes, who's been dubbed as the new Kaká. Now, how many times have we heard players over the years dubbed as the new anything? I mean, we've had the new Zinedine Zidane at Liverpool. Didn't turn out to be anything like Zinedine Zidane, but there it is. So this guy's apparently the new Kaká. He's 21 years of age. He's played 44 first-team games for Sao Paulo, scored 5 goals, and he's also being capped by Brazil at under 23 and under 20 level. I would be completely bullshitting you guys if I said I knew anything about this guy. I'd seen a report in the Echo earlier on talking about this. I have no information on him. I don't know anything about him. I don't know how true the transfer story is. But again, somebody had a pop at me actually in the comment section, one of our previous videos, saying, you're so full of shit. Everything that you talk about is complete bullshit. All the players that you've mentioned haven't come to the club. And again, I'm going to just reiterate this point for people that haven't heard me say it before. I have absolutely no knowledge of inside information at Liverpool Football Club. I've never claimed to have it. Everything that I talk about on the stream, every player that I say is linked to the club, every player that's on one of our thumbnails, they are all based off reports that credible journalists have put out there into the media. So if you want to have a pop at anybody, I don't write these fucking stories. I just come on and open up the conversation and give you guys what I've seen in the media. So to that arsehole that had a pop at me, sorry mate, but have a pop at the fucking journalists that are writing the stories. It's my job on this channel to give you guys the information, tell you what I've read, we have a conversation about it, we come to a conclusion that something will happen, it won't happen, it might happen, and that's what I do. So having a pop at me, mate, I didn't write the stories, I never claimed to have any inside knowledge. Right, another transfer story that I've seen mentioned is about Werder Bremen's Milo Rashica, who we've spent so much time talking about on the channel. He's been linked to the Reds by various media outlets, and now a report coming out of Italy that stems from, I think, a comment from Di Marzio, suggests that AC Milan have joined the race to sign this guy. Now, he's a €30 million release clause in his contract, but there is a belief out there that if Werder Bremen were to get relegated from Bundesliga 1 to Bundesliga 2, that it would be only €16 million to get this guy out of Bremen, because there's a relegation clause in his contract apparently. Everything that I've read in recent times about Milo Rashica has suggested that he may well end up at Borussia Dortmund. Again, maybe, you know, they want to cherry pick some of the best young talent in the league and bring them in there with the players that they're moving on and stuff. It looks like Borussia Dortmund have also beaten Manchester United to Jude Bellingham, which is a very good piece of business from them. Again, shown that they can attract the best young talent from around the world. But Milo Rashica, in my opinion, may well end up at Borussia Dortmund from what I've read. But one interesting side note on this one is that AC Milan's interest kind of stems from the fact that Ralf Rangnick is reported to be just about to be named their new manager. And obviously Ralf Rangnick is somebody who has an in-depth knowledge of the Bundesliga and German football. So take from that what you will again. Looks like a very good player. Somebody who I've only started to watch in the past few weeks or so as the interest has really ramped up in the media, as I've put his name out there more and more. Definitely looks like he's going to move. I think he's a Kosovan international, if my memory serves me correct. And look, maybe there's some of you guys in the chat who know more about Rashica than I do. But again, everything I've read suggested that Dortmund are the favourites for his signature. But there is no denying that Liverpool have been constantly linked to this guy in recent times. And look, I'll leave it to you. Again, I'm just putting out the information and we'll have a conversation about it. What have we got? Will you be getting worried if Palace beat us? Yeah, but, you know, it's if, ands or buts, Barry. We'll talk about it after the game, mate. I'm not worried about Crystal Palace. We should be beating Crystal Palace at Anfield. So, but what would I be worried about? Because if there's anybody out there that doesn't think Liverpool's winning the Premier League title, fucking give your head a wobble. Because there's absolutely no way on God's green earth that Liverpool will not win this Premier League title. None. Forget about that. It's just a matter of how much we win it by and when we win it. Because we are winning this title without a shadow of a doubt. There's no chance that we're not winning it. So if that's what the question was, no, I'm not worried. Because we're clearly going to win it. We're going to win it. We're going to win it very easily. Do you think we can beat Manchester City, said Azur Plays? Yes, but again, it won't be easy because Manchester City are a very, very good side. Filled with, I mean, look at the bench that they had last night. I know they rested a lot of players, but you look at that bench last night. Raheem Sterling, Leroy Sané, Kevin De Bruyne, to name but a few. It is ridiculously strong, their squad. But they can only put 11 players out on the pitch with their substitutes as well. So, yeah, we've got a chance. We've always got a chance. Liverpool on the day are good enough to give anybody a game or beat anybody in the world. We've seen that time and time again. And there won't be any crowd inside the Etihad. You can insert your own jokes there, by the way. I know there's some coming. Can I ask why Manchester City are still trying? Well, they're defending champions. They're not going to want to give up their title lightly, and they're going to want to fight right to the end. As much as Pep Guardiola has admitted that he does have one eye on the Champions League that's coming up in August, and that he will use as many substitutes as he can in each game with that in mind. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. They're proud champions. They don't want to give up their title easily, and they want Liverpool to go out and win that title and not have it handed to them because of other results. So you got to appreciate that as well, I suppose. Look, my friends, if you do enjoy our streams here on the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 40k. As you can see, we're only about 1,250 or so away from hitting that season-ending target of 40,000 subscribers. If you haven't yet subscribed to us on YouTube or given us a follow on YouTube, please do so. But also, don't forget about Hot Mic, my friends, because we are going to be live on Hot Mic a little bit later on tonight, where I'm going to be covering the Spurs West Ham game. If you haven't yet downloaded the Hot Mic app, you can do so completely free from either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. There's also a link in the description of this stream. You can click on that link and that'll bring you straight to it. If you don't know what Hot Mic is, let me just take a quick second to explain it to you. It is a completely free app. That's really important for me to point out, because a lot of people ask, do I have to be a member? Do I have to be a... No. You just download it from the App Store, completely free of charge. There's no charge to use it. There's no ads on it. There's no memberships on it. Nothing like that. What you do is you download the app. You ask for a sign-up code. That welcome code is, you can see on the screen, Anfield, all capital letters. You put that in. Give us a follow on there. And then you choose the game. What then happens is, you choose on the game, you click on my face, a sync button will appear. You click that sync button. It then listens to your television, so it knows at what point you are watching the game, at what point during the game you're at. It then says to you, right, you're synced. You lower down your television, and then your phone, if you're using your phone or your iPad or whatever it is that you're using, our commentary will play through your iPad in sync with your television. If you've got a Bluetooth speaker or a soundbar, you can also connect that up as well. But it basically allows you to have our match commentary synced up with your television in perfect time. No more spoilers. It's a fantastic app. Mark Robertson, that's on the app actually right now. They're covering the Leicester City game. We're going to be on there later on doing the Spurs versus West Ham game. So please do give the app a try. Let me know what you think about it. I can see there's people on the app right now, and I appreciate you guys being over there for this stream. Thank you very much. Right, definitely got my Liverpool shirt out for tomorrow, being a big Reds fan, said Messi Ronaldo 170. Connor said City will keep winning because Pep wouldn't let them drop the intensity. Winning is a habit. It's a very good point. Winning is a habit. And it's a mentality, it's a habit, and it's a great habit to get into. And it's also, when you're winning like that, it's easier to keep big squads like Pep has there, and like we have, of course, at Liverpool, happy. Because, you know, winning breeds winning, and that is a mentality, and they won't want to give up that title easily. Right, so they're the two transfer stories I've gone through. One more thing, actually. The referee for tomorrow's game is Martin Atkinson. Everybody knows my opinion on Martin Atkinson, but... yeah, look, he's the referee in charge of the game against Crystal Palace tomorrow. So, I mean, I'll let you make your own views up on Martin Atkinson. I despise the guy. I think he is a horrendous referee. He robbed us blind at Old Trafford. I can't stand him, but he is the man in the middle. The man that will be in the middle for the game against Manchester City at the Etihad as well will be, what's his name? Anthony Taylor of Greater Manchester, by the way. But apparently we've got a decent enough record with Anthony Taylor in charge of our games, according to an article that I read earlier on. So again, just a bit of an update on that one. So there are also the results of the 10th round of Premier League coronavirus testing. Those results came out last night, and there's been one positive test result from the 1,829 results that are tests that were carried out. That brings to the total number of tests that have been carried out by the Premier League up to 12,057, and there have been 18 positive test results. That works out to 0.14% of positive tests, and the 1,829 tests carried out in the latest round was the highest number of tests carried out today in one round of testing in the Premier League. So again, just a little bit of information. Liverpool 6 times said, Craig, do you know when the night kits get released? No. I would imagine it'll be August. I imagine early August, but I don't know if they're going to be available to pre-order before that or they're going to be released before that. The agreement that is in place right now is that Liverpool will finish the season with New Balance as the kit manufacturers, allowing New Balance, of course, to see Liverpool in New Balance shirts lifting up the Premier League title because that's what they paid for. But yeah, Nike will be our new kit manufacturers. Probably early August the shirts will actually be out and available, but you maybe can pre-order them before that, I don't know. Yeah, Ellie said, Martin's horrible, he's a Liverpool hater, loves City. He's just, I just despise Martin Atkinson. I could go on about it for hours, but I just despise him. Aguero's out till August, said Liam Barry. He has gone to Barcelona, I believe, Liam, if my memory serves me correct, for some treatment on that injury that he picked up. So Aguero's going to be ruled out of that game against Liverpool, which is a boost for us, no doubt about it. But again, I'm going to say what I always say in these situations. I never wish injury on any player. So again, speedy recovery to Aguero. The new Liverpool kit will be the first thing on my birthday list, said Messi Ronaldo 170. Nice one. I also want to take a second to say happy birthday, by the way, to a regular viewer of the channel, Jersey Boy. He's 21 today, so from all of us at the channel, mate, and all of our mods and everybody in the chat, happy 21st birthday. It is a special birthday. I hope you have a lovely day, mate. I know you're probably not watching the stream right now, but I'm sure you'll watch it back later on, and happy birthday to you from all of us at the channel. Right, Connor said, thoughts on Arthur to Juve? I'm baffled as to, Arthur's a good player, don't get me wrong, but £72 million is the transfer fee that apparently has been agreed between Barcelona and Juventus for Arthur to go from Barcelona over to play in Serie A and Turin with Juventus. And I think from my reading of the situation, Barcelona are trying to get Pjanic from Juventus and bring him over to the new camp, but apparently Juventus are valuing Pjanic, who's 30 years of age, at just 9 million less than they've agreed for Arthur, which I can understand why Barcelona would be hesitant there, because 30 years of age, and to sell somebody who's 23, I think, or 24 in Arthur's case, for 72 million is good business. But then if you're having to spend 60 something million to bring a 30-year-old Milan Pjanic over from Juventus, it kind of does seem a bit strange to me. It's very short-term thinking, if that's what your plan is. So I think maybe pre-coronavirus or pre the financial meltdown of football that maybe that price would have been a bit more realistic, but I would have thought maybe 55 million in this current market for him. But he's a good player, no denying it. Dylan Murphy said, predicted 11. I've done it already, pal, but let me go through it one more time for those that are coming in a little bit late. So here is the 11 that I've predicted Jurgen Klopp to go with tomorrow. Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. I've gone for a midfield trio of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and then up front Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane. And I've also gone for a 3-1 victory, mate, for the Reds. Right, anyway, that's pretty much the news that I've got, my friends. So for the last 10 or 15 minutes, please do keep your comments coming. Anything you want to ask me, anything you want to talk about, the floor is yours. Any rumours that you've read, anything like that, please feel free to put it in the chat. Kurt Koenig said, slowly but certainly these sums sound like money laundering. It's mad amounts of money, isn't it? Particularly in the market that we're in, it's crazy. And if that's how much somebody like Arthur is going to go for, then how much are the likes of Jadon Sancho going to go for? How much are the likes of Kai Havertz going to go for? Players who, are, in my eyes, are far better than Arthur. And Arthur's a good player, don't get me wrong. But 72 million? Just seems madness to me. So glad to see Salah back, and I agree with the 3-1, said Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. We need strength and depth for the front three, said yes, mate. Look, if there's one thing that the Merseyside derby probably did show us all, is that the two positions we've all been talking about Liverpool needing to strengthen for quite a while are the two positions that Liverpool need to strengthen. we need another forward. The drop off to Takumi Minamino at the minute, and I do want to caveat that by saying at the minute with him, because I think Takumi Minamino is going to be an excellent player, but the drop off to himself and Divock Origi as things stand is quite harsh from the front three. Like, it is quite a steep drop. And then having nobody really as a proper backup. Larouci could come true, Adam Lewis could come true, but as things stand right now, we've got Andy Robertson, and with Jimmy Milner out, what are we doing? We're bringing Joe Gomez back to play at left back. So I think the Merseyside derby definitely showed up where we are glaringly obviously missing top quality recruitments, left back and a wide forward or an attacking player. So I think that was a good shout by somebody who made that actually in a post-match show after the Everton game. Narvesh said, your thoughts on Dembele? I'm not going to lie, mate. I wouldn't mind Ousmane Dembele one bit, if that's the Dembele. I don't know if you're talking about Moussa Dembele of Lyon, mate, or Ousmane Dembele of Barcelona. I presume you're probably talking about Barcelona's Dembele, because he's the one that has been linked to Liverpool. I'd take him. The only thing that's ever stopped me with Dembele is, and I know he's coming back from a serious injury, and that does take a long time for players to build up confidence from if you do an ACL like that, and sometimes it can have an impact on the explosive pace that players like Dembele have. But let's push aside all of that for a second and say that the club are happy from that regard. The only issue that I've ever had with Dembele is his attitude. Because, there's no denying he's known to be a bit of a diva. He's known to be late for training before. And he's caused a bit of trouble in both Dortmund and Barcelona. But Jurgen Klopp wouldn't bring in anybody to this football club whose attitude wasn't right. And I actually seen something today that suggested that one of the reasons that Liverpool have been a bit more cautious around perhaps approaching Jadon Sancho, one, the money, obviously, there's no one can deny that. But the second part has been his off-field antics over in Germany. And again, I'm going to reiterate, Jurgen Klopp will not bring anybody to this football club that he thinks will destabilise the fantastic environment that he's worked really hard to build here. And of course, the players take massive credit for that environment as well, because, you've got a great group of lads in there, great group of coaches, great support staff. But as a player, just from that regards, I would take him. I'm not going to lie. If the money was right, I'd absolutely take him. Leon said, it's a bit early, Craig. It is, mate, but we're doing the Spurs West Ham game. That's why we're doing the preview a little bit early, my friend. Bobble Brandon said, I've heard a rumour that we're going in for Koulibaly. Yeah, mate, I've been speaking about this so much on the channel. I don't think there's any chance in hell that Liverpool go and sign Koulibaly. I really, really don't, and I got to stick to my guns on that one. But I will caveat that again by saying, if we sign Koulibaly, I will be as happy as anybody. I've always said it. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think we have the money. I think we've been rumoured to have offered or be looking at about 32 million less than Di Lorenzo and Napoli want for Koulibaly. But if he came to Liverpool, of course I'd welcome him to the club. He is an outstanding centre-back of absolute world-class ability. I just don't think we're going to go for him. I don't think we're going to drop that much money on a centre-back. But if he does come, what a centre-back. What a set of options. Van Dijk, Gomez, Koulibaly, Matip, and that would probably include Dejan Lovren fucking off somewhere. Wow. That would be amazing. I just don't see it happening, if I'm being honest. But I would be very, very happy to be wrong on it. Very happy. What have we got? Messi Ronaldo's going to go for a 2-1 win. What's your score prediction for Chelsea versus Manchester City? 2-2 draw. I think a 2-2 draw I'm going to go for in that game, mate. Maybe that's just, wishful thinking on my behalf. I mean, a 2-2 draw with Liverpool beating Crystal Palace tomorrow would win us the title on Thursday, and we wouldn't have kicked the ball. So make sure that you're with us for that game, because we're going to be covering that game on YouTube and on Hot Mic. So again, if you haven't downloaded the Hot Mic app, the information's still up on the screen there now. Put in that welcome code. I'm going to be live there in about, 7 o'clock, so about 45 minutes. I'm going to be live on Hot Mic, and we're going to be doing the West Ham game away at Spurs. So really interesting for that one. Give you a bit of a flavour of what Hot Mic's all about. So again, give us a try for that one if you like it, and I'm sure that you will. Then maybe you'll join us tomorrow for the Reds game against Crystal Palace, which of course we'll be doing on Hot Mic and YouTube as well. And once you're on Hot Mic, please do make sure you share the stream when you're on there to the people that are on there now. And again, just use that welcome code. The sign-up code is Anfield for Hot Mic. Again, it's a completely free app, and you'll love it once you give it a try. The amount of people that use the app and then go, do you know what? This is alright, this, isn't it? It's a pretty good app. And one more thing, ladies and gentlemen, memberships as well on the channel are open. So if you want to become a member of Anfield Agenda FC, which is what we've called our membership's just 99p a month to join the channel. And you can join the channel by clicking that blue join button. There's also a link in the description. What do you get for your membership? You get use of a load of custom emojis that I'm sure a few of our members are going to put into the chat there now. You get my bald head, you get a fucking emoji, a WFM emoji, and loads of other ones that I'm sure people put into the chat. You also get the Anfield Agenda badge beside your name. That badge changes colour the longer you're with us. So when you start out, it's a bronze badge, then it becomes a silver badge, a gold badge, and eventually it'll become a nice big red badge. Nobody has yet got the red badge because we haven't had memberships on the channel long enough for anybody to have gotten up to the red badge status. But that is the last badge that we have for you guys, a red badge. And then on top of all of that, you also get access to the Anfield Agenda Discord group, which is where we chat with people offline about varying topics, to be honest. Sometimes it's about Liverpool, sometimes it's about football in general, sometimes it's about some more sensitive topics, but yeah, it's great fun, and I love chatting with people on there as well. So if you want to become a member, hit the join button. It's just 99p a month. Kurt Koenig, welcome back to Anfield Agenda FC, buddy. Great to have you with us. I think you've just renewed your membership though, because you've got a gold badge already, so thank you for renewing, mate, and welcome back. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to talk about. So anything you guys want to put into the chat, let me know about. I'm really excited to be doing more games back on Hot Mic. I did promise you guys that once Premier League was back, we'll be doing watch-alongs left, right and centre. We've got the Spurs versus West Ham game tonight, Liverpool Crystal Palace tomorrow, Chelsea against Manchester City on Thursday. Then I'll probably take a break from Hot Mic for a few days, do some more Liverpool streams on YouTube. And yeah, look, then all roads will lead to the Reds game against Manchester City at the Etihad on July the 2nd. Scotty, I've already gone through my predicted team twice in this stream, mate, and I'm not going to do it a third time. Just rewind back the stream, buddy, to the start, and you'll see it from there. Yeah, it's pretty much probably as you'd expect from me, Scotty, at this point. And I've gone for a 3-1 win to Liverpool in my predictions as well. But if you want to give me your predictions in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, please do. What are your thoughts for tomorrow? Who do you want to score the goals? Are you expecting a better performance with Mohamed Salah back in the team? I certainly am. I mean, we were a little bit flat against Everton. There's no denying it. We're going to win the league, said Imran. I hope so, buddy. I hope so. The sooner the better. I mean, we're definitely going to win the league. There's no denying that. Can you sing We're Going to Win the League? We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. We're going to win the league. Yes, mate. I will always sing for a bit of fun. I don't take myself too seriously on the stream. I can't sing for shit. I'm well aware of that, by the way, but who cares? It's all about having a bit of fun. If it makes a young lady happy, somebody's daughter happy, then I am happy to do it, buddy. Thank you for being with us, by the way. Really appreciate your support. Voice of an angel, said Aaron Sean. Voice of an angel, arse of a rhinoceros. What have we got? 3-0 win tomorrow, said Mads. Dave Smith, gone for the same team and scorer as me. I love it, Dave. We're here, pal. We're here. 2-0 with a SALAH brace, said Dylan Murphy. Again, anybody on Hot Mic that wants to give me a score prediction, please do. And also, if you're new to Hot Mic, by the way, during the Spurs versus West Ham game, let me know. I'll give you a shout out on there as well. Craig for X Factor. No, mate. There'll be X's all over the place. Go home, Craig. You're drunk, Craig. Go home. That's what they'll be saying. Kurt, this is what I love about our chat, mate. As soon as a member comes in and renews, everybody immediately welcomes them to our family, because what we have on here is a community, mate. It's a community of amazing people, and I'm not talking about me in this. I'm talking about the people that make up our subscribers. They are a truly wonderful group of people. They're always extremely supportive of each other, which is why I love this so much. Is why I love coming on here. Even when I'm having a shitty day, I come on and our subscribers cheer me up, because they're a wonderful, wonderful group of people. So I can't praise them enough. They really are the best subscribers on YouTube, bar none. You're fired. Is that true? Is that you, Donald? Firing me now? Can't fire me, mate. Not even Crosby can fire me. I'm unfireable. More like Craig for Ireland's Got Talent. Yeah, see, that's so horrendous, mate. I'll probably have a pop at that, to be fair. Now, the only thing that Craig will ever go for publicly down the line will be, I do have my mindset on running for a political office someday. I've always had my mindset on that. It's part of my master plan. What have we got? Mark Caldwell said, remember to share the stream tonight. Thank you, Mark. Four Slice Toaster, what a belter of a name that is. And I just downloaded the app, Craig, and it seems great. Thank you, buddy. But it'll be even better when you get to experience Hot Mic during a game. So if you're going to join us later on for the Spurs game, get back onto Hot Mic and you'll be able to sync me up to your television and stuff. It's class. But thank you for downloading the app, mate. And another reason is, if you do download the app, my friends, it also helps us out financially, because it gives us an few quid as well for people that download the app and use our sign-up code. Somebody gave me a tip. There it is. Joshua Carter, mate. Sorry, thank you. I missed that earlier on. Gave us a tip on Hot Mic. Thank you very much, buddy. You've been so generous to us over the past couple of days, mate. Between becoming a member, super chats, and tips on Hot Mic as well. Mate, again, from all of us, thank you. Because little things like that really help a small channel like ours. So I really appreciate the support, mate. Thank you. Next, presidents. No, I don't want to become president, mate. President's a thankless job. President has no power. President's just basically somebody who goes around, showcasing Ireland. No. I want to make a difference. I want to be in there. I've already told you. I've already gone through my campaign slogan and all. I might be a cunt, but I'm your cunt. Or I'm the least cunty of all these cunts. That's my slogan. That's what I'm going to run on. Do you think Liverpool need a centre-back, said Benjamin Terrell? Yes, mate, I kind of do. You know what? I'm not even going to sit in the fence about it anymore. I think Dejan Lovren needs to move on, and then if Dejan Lovren moves on, we need to bring in somebody. I know we've got Sepp Vandenberg, I know we've got Kylian Hoover, and I know we also have Nat Phillips, who's on loan at Stuttgart right now. But I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't like to see us bring in somebody like Ben White. Look, Koulibaly would be a dream. Don't get me wrong, Koulibaly would be a dream. But yeah, I do think we do. I want Dejan Lovren to move on this summer. I'm not going to make any bones about it. And one thing I've always said about Dejan Lovren is he really does love this football club. You could never deny that. The man really does. Well, I was going to say bleed red, but we all bleed red. He does love the football club, but I think his time has come. I think it's the right time for him to move on. Maybe get a new challenge for him. It's no secret that he's the fourth choice centre-back at Liverpool, and that will get him some game time, but Dejan Lovren is now, I think, 30 years of age, maybe 31 even, so he does need to move on and get some game time. And I never begrudge a player who wants minutes and move away from the club if they're not getting playing time. So, yeah, look, I think it's just the right time for him to move on. What about Alaba on loan, said Dave Smith? This is something, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about on this one, David Alaba has been linked to Liverpool Football Club. He's got 1 year left on his Bayern Munich contract. I would take him. I would take him for the right money, because David Alaba can play left back, he can play centre back, and he can play in midfield. And one thing we know about Klopp is he loves a bit of versatility. I think he's only 27 years of age. I say only because he feels like David Alaba has been around for a lifetime. But at 27 years of age, if he can be got for a reasonable fee, David Alaba will be a very, very good signing. Just looking into some lasagna, Craig. Convinced Sané to run his contract down at City. Sané on a free. Mate, I would absolutely love Leroy Sané at Liverpool. Can you imagine? I mean, he'd be right up there at the top of my list for attacking wide forwards to bring into this football club. I make no bones about it. I've often said at Manchester City, having him as an option to come off the bench later on in games when teams are absolutely knackered, defences are weary, and then this kid comes off the bench. I mean, he's probably going to go to Bayern Munich by the looks of it, but I'd have him in a heartbeat. I'm not even going to make any bones about it. I absolutely would have him. But he's not coming to Liverpool. He's not going to come to Liverpool. Manchester City won't want that to happen. As much as we'd like it. But another kid, while we're talking about transfers again, another kid who's got 1 year left on his contract is young Saka at Arsenal. Mikel Arteta really badly wants his kid to sign a new deal, but I'd love him at Liverpool. I mean, even if he doesn't want to play left back, and I know he probably has ambitions to play a little bit further forward, but he is an undoubted talent, and I'd love him. Even if we had to buy him and loan him out for a season, I would absolutely love him, because I think he's got a big future ahead of him as well. How likely are we to sign Traore, said Mads. The honest answer is I'm sitting here and I don't know. And anybody that tells you otherwise is lying to you. I've heard so many conflicting stories about we're not going to do any business this summer. We might do some business this summer. We might have to sell players to bring players in. Or then we might be playing possum and waiting to see how the market unfolds a little bit. See, the coronavirus situation is moving quickly. Every week the situation evolves. More things are being opened back up. We don't know when football fans will be allowed back inside stadiums. if that happens early next season, as an example, then Liverpool will know what way the financial outlay looks like and what way the land lies, and they'd be able to, as I keep saying, cut their cloth accordingly. And another reason I said as well was that David Maddock was saying something about Liverpool keeping track on who Timo are, because Leon could be in a bit of financial trouble, and maybe we're going to try and get him at a knockdown price. I don't know. I'm like all of you guys. I'm hoping that we go out into the market and do some business, but I don't know. You know, I'd be lying to you if I just came on here and said, yes, we're definitely after this person, or yes, we're definitely after that person, because the truth is, I don't think anybody really knows that. Liverpool have been really, really good at keeping their cards close to the chest for the longest time. Since Brendan Rodgers left, basically, and Klopp came in, they've shut up shop. And the likes of Firmino, who came out of nowhere, Andy Robertson, these transfers we didn't know about, and then all of a sudden, bang, done. Player's there. He's on the way. He's at Melwood holding up his shirt. So, you know, maybe we're going to get a nice surprise over the summer. We can all hope so. Don't think Wolves will give up Traore, said Edenistic, excuse me, mate. I don't think they will as well. Not easily, because he's had his first real breakout season at Wolves this season. Like, his Wolves really, really good season. Wolves are challenging to get back into Europe. Are they still in the Europa League, Wolves? I think they are, aren't they? I think they're still in the Europa League. And they're challenging. They're really in a good opportunity. Like, if fifth gets you a Champions League spot this season, if Manchester City's ban is upheld by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, then Wolves have every chance of maybe nicking in and getting that fifth spot. Aren't they level on points with United, if my memory's right? It's very hard, because I don't genuinely look down the league table, my friends. You know what I mean? You kind of, when you're top of the league, you just kind of look level. Do you know what I mean? You don't look down, because I'm scared of heights, and it's a very big fucking drop from Liverpool down to the next B-Tech team, Manchester City. So, yeah, I'm scared of heights, so I don't look down. I just kind of look out along the horizon. You know what I mean? And there's nobody up here with us. It's lonely at the top. Right, Brian Morris, he said, dream fantasy, no money of all object summer. Sell Shaqiri, Wilson, Lovren, Origi and Matip. And Matip, there's no way we're going to sell Matip after him just signing a new deal, Brian. But you did say fantasy football summer, and bring in Koulibaly, Alaba, Havertz, Sancho or Traore. That definitely would be a bit of a fantasy football summer, mate. Edenistic said, I'm not still entirely sure why City got banned, what happened. It's a very complicated story, mate. What I would say is, to get more information on the Manchester City story, just Google Manchester City and Der Spiegel, which is DER SPIEGEL, I think, for Der Spiegel. It basically means the mirror in German. Google that and all the information is there. It's sort of to do with sponsorship getting rerouted, and rather than Etihad paying X amount of sponsorship, they only pay a small amount. And look, it's really complicated. I don't want to give out unfactual information, so what I would always suggest is have a read up yourself and get the information that's out there, because there is a lot of it. But one thing we know for certain is that Court of Arbitration for Sport hearing has taken place. It was a 3-day hearing, I believe, and we're expecting the results of that to be known at the start of July, or the first couple of weeks of July. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring this preview to a close. Just a reminder that in about 30 minutes time, I'm going to be back on Hot Mic and YouTube to cover the Spurs West Ham game. Now's the perfect chance to download that Hot Mic app and give it a try for the game. I hope to see you guys on there in about half an hour's time. If not, I hope to see you here tomorrow, because the Reds are taking on Crystal Palace, back in action in Anfield for the first time since this enforced break. 3 points will bring Jurgen Klopp's men one step closer to that elusive Premier League title. We could be crowned champions on Thursday if we win and Chelsea get a result against Manchester City. We'll be covering that game on the channel as well. Until then, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I will chat to you guys tomorrow for that game, or maybe later on when we cover the West Ham game. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you for your support. Take care of your family. Tell your loved ones you love them. And up the motherfucking Reds. Love to each and every one of you. Bye bye.